A land of ancient rhythms and untamed beauty. It calls to the adventurer, the seeker, the brave, where the sun burns bright and the shadows run deep. But remember, in Africa, you are not the viewer. You are part of the food chain. Isabella felt it the moment she landed in Cape Town, running from heartbreak and searching for a place to start over. The city's energy buzzed around her, but her heart was heavy, her mind restless. She hoped Africa's wildness would help her forget, or at least help her remember who she was before the pain. The safari lodge was luxury, pools, gourmet meals, and curated wilderness. Every detail was designed for comfort, for escape. The staff anticipated her every need, and the landscape outside seemed almost too perfect, as if it had been arranged just for her. But it felt too clean, too safe. The wildness she craved was kept at bay, tamed by manicured lawns and invisible boundaries. She wondered if she'd traded one kind of prison for another. Each day she watched lions and leopards from a distance, snapping photos but feeling disconnected, like she was in a theme park, not the wild. The thrill she'd imagined was replaced by a sense of separation, as if a pane of glass stood between her and the world she longed to touch.
I came here to feel something real, to heal, but all I find is a beautiful cage. The walls are invisible, but I feel them all the same. I want to break free, to let the wildness in, to let it change me.
The comfort meant to heal her became a barrier. The more she tried to relax, the more she realized she was only numbing herself, not truly living. She craved the messy, complicated reality beyond the lodge's fences. She wanted to feel the dust, the danger, the unpredictability of life outside the curated experience.
Healing needs a scar. Without pain, there's no proof you've survived, no story to tell. I want to earn my healing, not have it handed to me. I want a challenge, not a guided tour. I want to step into the wild, to risk something, to find out what I'm really made of beneath this sun-kissed illusion.
Seeking authenticity and a deeper connection to the land, Isabella wandered away from the well-trodden tourist paths and into a nearby village. The air was thick with the scent of spices and the sound of laughter, the streets alive with energy, grit, and the vibrant pulse of daily life. She felt a thrill at being surrounded by something so real, so unfiltered. In the heart of the village, she met Themba, an old groundskeeper whose hands told stories of decades spent caring for the land. He paused his carving to speak to her, his voice gentle but firm. "This place is beautiful, but not a playground. Stay with your guide. Stay in the light. There are shadows here you do not see." Themba's warning was sincere, a reminder that danger here wasn't just wildlife, but people who preyed on tourists. His eyes, filled with concern, searched hers for understanding, hoping she would heed his advice and respect the boundaries that kept visitors safe.
Thank you for your concern. I appreciate your advice.
But Isabella, ever the skeptic, saw his words as another attempt to keep her on the safe, expensive path designed for outsiders. She wondered if the warnings were meant to protect her, or simply to keep the mysteries of the village hidden from prying eyes. Instead of heeding the warning, she felt challenged. Her curiosity ignited and her sense of adventure awakened. The idea of danger only made the unknown more alluring, and she was determined to carve out her own experience, no matter the risk.
I'll prove him wrong. I can handle myself. I'll find my own path and discover the truth of this place on my own terms, no matter what warnings I've been given.
2 days later at a market, Isabella met Jocko, a charismatic local who promised to show her the real Africa.
"The lodges are fake. I can show you something unforgettable."
He spoke of hidden waterfalls and untouched villages. It was everything Isabella wanted. Despite Themba's warning, she agreed to go with Jocko, slipping away from her scheduled tour. The drive was bumpy, the truck old, but Isabella felt alive, finally off the map. Jocko's charm made her forget her fears, blind to the isolation growing around her. She didn't see the trap closing in. The truck stopped at a derelict compound, not a hidden paradise. Grim men appeared. Jocko's smile vanished.
"Get out!" The tone had changed. He wasn't romantic, he sounded forceful. Immediately Isabella knew. She was in a tough spot.
Isabella's passport, phone, and money were taken. She was told her survival depended on her cooperation. She was locked in a windowless room, her freedom gone. Very little light soared into the room. She all of a sudden wished for her once dreadful furnished apartment.
What have I done?
Her captors taunted her, asking her to provide phone number of her husband or father, saying her ransom was set $1 million. Isabella, scared for her life, didn't know anyone capable of helping her. She cried and prayed, hoping for a miracle. The authenticity she craved became terror and helplessness. 3 days in the dark room alone, she tried to escape but was caught and punished. Hope faded, but she clung to a sliver of defiance. Do you wish to take a vacation to Africa? I hope you do. In the comment section below, tell me about your biggest fears of Africa and some stories you have heard. I will reply to you and even do a scary video about your fears. Also, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. Alone in the dark, holding on the wooden giraffe she received from Themba. She decided to scratch the message. Jocko, trap, Themba help me, into the wooden giraffe. She the toast the giraffe outside, hoping someone will find it.
Please let someone find this.
In the chaos of the safari camp, a young security guard noticed the desperation in Isabella's eyes. Moved by her plight, he took a risk that could have cost him his job, or worse. Quietly, he slipped the small wooden giraffe into his bag, determined to help her in any way he could. It was a small act of rebellion, but one that would set off a chain of events no one could have predicted. Days later, the giraffe surfaced at a bustling market, its delicate features catching the sunlight. Themba, wandering through the stalls, was drawn to the familiar carving. He recognized not only his own handiwork, but also the secret message he'd hidden inside, a silent plea for help. The sight sent a chill down his spine. Realizing Isabella was in grave danger, Themba wasted no time. He made a frantic call to the authorities, his voice trembling with urgency. The police responded swiftly, organizing a raid on the market in hopes of finding her before it was too late.
Alone and afraid, I kept asking myself, am I safe? Every sound outside made me jump. I checked the locks again and again, hoping someone would come.
The police arrived just in time. They found Isabella shaken but alive and quickly escorted her to safety. The relief was overwhelming, but the scars of her ordeal would linger. When Isabella finally returned home, everything felt different. The familiar comforts of her old life now seemed fragile, as if safety itself was a luxury she could no longer take for granted. She looked at the world with new eyes, forever changed by what she had endured.
I can't believe I survived. Every morning I wake up grateful, but I also carry the memories of what happened. It's a part of me now.
The wooden giraffe became more than a keepsake. It was a monument to her survival, a constant reminder of the price she paid for mistaking recklessness for authenticity. It stood on her shelf, a silent witness to her journey. Isabella learned to listen to the wisdom of those who knew the land best. She realized that the quiet warnings of locals were not meant to hold her back, but to keep her safe. True adventure, she discovered, isn't about seeking out danger or proving your courage. It's about understanding where you are, respecting the people around you, and knowing who you can trust with your life. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to stay in the light, to choose safety over recklessness, and to honor the lessons you've learned. The scars of the safari would never fully fade, but they would guide her choices from that day forward. Please like and subscribe.